Hi, good evening, one and all. In the last session, we saw the introduction of syllabus of financial accounting. Okay, so I hope all of you understand that. So there were 5 units in the financial accounting. Okay, so one by one we will see that. Okay, so in this today's session we will see the first unit. Okay, so unit number 1, introduction of accounting. Okay, so in this introduction of accounting we will see the meaning of, first of all we will see the introduction, as well as we will see the meaning of bookkeeping, meaning of accounting, meaning of accountancy we will see. Okay, so first of all we will see the introduction. Okay, so see introduction. Accounting is an ancient art in nature. Okay, so it means what's the accounting system is came from ancient era. Okay, so ancient era means what's the traditional era, it came from the traditional era. Okay, so but in this traditional era there were accounting system was not developed. Okay, so as well as the infrastructure was not developed, as well as the accounting system, as well as the technology was not developed, and there were the small businesses, and that small businesses, in that small businesses the small transactions are taking place, and there were, so it's easy to remember that transactions. Okay, so but in this modern era, so in this modern era the technology is also developed, as well as the infrastructure developed, and there were so many what the big business are there. Okay, so in that businesses there are so many transactions are taking place. Okay, so the crores as well as the lakhs, the transactions are taking place, and it's not possible to remember that transaction. So that's why the accounting system developed. Okay, so this is about the ancient art in nature. Okay, so it is as old as money. So it means what, just like the money is old, no, like the accounting system is also what, old. Okay, so in the fourth century there were one ex ruler. Okay, so you know that the Kautilya. Okay, and the Kautilya is the ministry of Chandragupta Maurya, and he wrote one book in 4th century which is the Arthashastra. Okay, and that Arthashastra he mentioned, the first person is what's the Kautilya is mentioned in his book what the auditing and the accounting part. Okay, so but after that in 15th century, so that are that in that the accounting as well as the auditing, it's the polished, it means what's developed. Okay, so developed by the Luca Pasoli, this is one of the person, and so this Luca Pasoli so polished as well as the developed that accounting system. Okay, and he mentioned in his book, which is mathematics book, and the name of that book is what, Summa. Okay, the Summa is the name of the book. Okay, so in that book he mentioned the bookkeeping system. Okay, what's the bookkeeping system after the polished or after the developed. Okay, so this is about the history of the accounting. Okay, so now see, accounting today is much more than just bookkeeping and the preparation of financial reports. So it means what, so the accounting is more important than the bookkeeping as well as the preparation of financial report. Okay, so accounting system is very important in this modern era. So there are so many businesses are this, and that businesses so many transactions are taking place, and it's very needed to maintain all the accounting, and on that we are going to take the decisions of the business. So that's why it's very important rather than the bookkeeping and the preparation of financial reports. Okay, so in the next slides, meaning of bookkeeping. Okay, so just see, bookkeeping is the science and art of correctly recording in the books of accounts all those business transactions that result in the transfer of money or money's worth. Okay, so it means what's the bookkeeping, it is one of the system to maintain the book of account, what to maintain the book of account for the purpose of recording the day to day's business transaction in the books of account is nothing but what's bookkeeping. Okay, so it means what's, it is art of correctly recording in the books of accounts. It means what? Systematically record the business transactions in the books of accounts, and all those business transactions that result in the transfer of money or money's worth. Okay, so it means what? The transaction should be related to the business and it's related to the money only. Okay, it's related to the money only. It means what's money or money's worth. Okay, so this is about the meaning of bookkeeping. Okay, so in the next slide, meaning of accounting. So now see, accounting is an art and science of recording, classifying, summarizing, measuring, identifying and communicating the result of business activities and financial of the concern. Okay, so now see, accounting is an art. Okay, so how accounting it is an art? Okay, so accounting it is an art because while we recording the business transactions in the books of accounts, at that time we are recording in a systematic way, so that's why accounting it is in the art. Okay, and science. So why it's accounting is an science? Because while recording the transactions of the business, we are following the rules and regulations as well as the principles, so that's why accounting it is in the science. Okay, so of recording. So recording means whatever the transactions are taking place in the business, so day-to-day transactions in the business, so these day-to-day business transactions we are recording in the books of accounts, so it is an recording. And the classifying means while recording the business transactions in the books of accounts, we are going to classify that accounts or the classify the transactions. Means we are recording the individually, the purchase transactions are different, sales transactions are different, cash transactions are different, credit transactions are different. Okay, so there are n numbers of transactions we are recording in the different way. It means we are classifying. Okay, we are summarizing. So summarizing means we are going to presenting the accounts. Okay, so it is a summarizing, measuring, identifying means we are going to determine the business transactions, we are going to identify the business transactions. And communicating. So communicating means so this accounting is the language of the business. Okay, so this is the very important. Okay, so accounting is in the language of the business. It means so at the end of the year, we will know the business position. Okay, we will know the financial position of the business at the end of the year. With that we will know the business is getting profit or the loss. Okay, it means we are going to communicate with the business by the accounting, the result of business activities. Okay, so whichever is business activities we are going to communicate. And financial of the concern, it means it's related to the finance, it's related to the money. Okay, so this is meaning of the accounting. So next, see, accounting is the process of identifying, measuring and communicating economic information to permit informed judgments and and decisions by users of the information. Okay, so the meaning is also, this is also the same. So we are going to identify means determining the business transactions, we are going to measuring and communicating. So business accounting is the language of the business, and economic information to permit informed judgments and decision by users of information. Okay, so this is about the meaning of accounting. In the next slide, meaning of accountancy. Okay, so now see, the discipline which analyze the art and principle of recording all monetary transactions is known as accountancy. Okay, so it's very easy. Accounting is different, bookkeeping is different, and the accountancy is different. Okay, so now see, in simple language, accountancy means so it is theory and practice. It is an theory and practice of accounting is nothing but accountancy. Okay, so it means we are going to following the principles as well as the theory of the accounting, so it is nothing but the accountancy. Okay, so I hope all of you understand the introduction of accounting as well as the meaning of bookkeeping, meaning of accounting, and the meaning of accountancy. Okay, so if anyone have the query with this lecture, you can contact me. It means you can call or you can message me. Okay, I will help you. Okay, thank you.